Sine 2x equals 0.5 from 0 to 2 pi. So the first thing that tells me is that my answers must be given in radians. You have two choices. You work in degrees and then convert your final answer to radians, or switch your calculator into radian mode and work through the question in radians. I'm going to do the second. I'm going to work through in radians. We should end up with the same answer. I also note that I'm working in part 1 with 2x, which means that 2x will work in the range from 0 to 4 pi. So if sine 2x equals 0.5, then 2x is the inverse sine of 0.5, which from my calculator is pi over 6. Marking that on a cast diagram, I have pi over 6, and the other place that I am going to have sine as positive is here, and that angle is 5 pi over 6. So 2x can equal pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, and then I must work within my new range, so I need to add 2 pi or 360 degrees to each of my answers. And if I add 2 pi to pi over 6, I get 13 pi over 6. And if I add it to 5 pi over 6, I get 17 pi over 6. Last thing I have to do is divide everything by 2. Pi over 12, 5 pi over 12, 13 pi over 12, and 17 pi over 12. Part 2, I have that sine x equals minus 3 cos x. I'm going to divide by cos x. So I have that sine x over cos x equals minus 3. Tan x equals minus 3. So x is the inverse tan of minus 3, which from my calculator is minus 71.565. So if I draw my cast diagram, I can mark on the angle of 71.565, and it's going in a clockwise direction. The other place that tan is negative is in this quadrant, so I mark on the angle of 71.565. That means that I have x equals negative 71.565, and 180 take away 71.565, which is 108.434. Now I have to be careful. The range for my answer was 0 to 360, and this angle lies outside that range. Rather than reading that angle in a clockwise direction, I'm now going to read it in an anti-clockwise direction. So that angle becomes 360, take away 71.565, which is